Okay, so the power that finally came to be that enabled seining to be done on a bigger boat was the biggest first big innovation was a power block. And the first power, I'm saying a power block, but nobody, unless you know what I'm talking about.
We'll figure that out.
It's like a great big pulley with a rubber thing inside, and the net goes through it, and it has power, so it pulls the net in for you.
So
like
those were invented when you were a kid?
They were invented when I was a kid by a fellow by the name of Marco. He had the patents on it, and when my dad saw one,
The first one he saw, right?
the first one he saw, he went, "I got to have one of those."
When was that?
So he bought one. That had to be 1951, maybe, something like that.
How did they work?
So, well, originally they didn't have, we didn't have hydraulics. Nobody had hydraulics. So there was a fair lead pulley up at the power block, two of them actually, and a continuous rope, because you do a line splice in it, where it was like a continuous, you couldn't even see where the splice was. This rope would go from around the winch, and the winch was driven mechanically off of V-belts, usually off the main engine, and through shafts. And we used old rear ends from cars and trucks and stood them on the end and made a pulley out of it. Anyway, put a capstan on it. But anyway, a rope would go up through the power block and then back down around the winch a couple times and back up through the power block. So it was a continuously run. When the winch would run, the power block would run. And then right after that, they came up with a hydraulic system. And
Like within a couple of years or something?
Oh yeah, maybe even closer. It was really quick on the tails of that. I had one of those power blocks for quite a while. In fact, I saw it here a few years ago. It was on that jetty up in Northern Sound. Another subject though. But anyway, so then we get the hydraulics, and that began to change the way this fishing was done.
So what did it really change?
Well, it changed manpower. Now you didn't have to have, what it did change is now you didn't have to fish in a creek to make sets in a foot and a half of water, 5 miles behind the marker. Now you could, now you had a way of pulling the net in, so you could have a small crew like mom, dad, and the kids, and you could fish out in legal water and fish in deep water, which was the beginning of an evolution of moving from jitney fishing or fish traps, which were outlawed in 1963, something like that, when statehood, or whatever your statehood was. So that was when they outlawed the fish traps. So then the platform of the political thing